just sitting and staring at long vistas is actually really, really healthy for our eyes and for our brains, and releases a lot of really wonderful chemicals. It's not just that we like the sight of it, it actually really heals us. I'm Reed Finlay. I'm an architect and a designer. It's a lifelong question, how our spaces can actually affect our emotional well-being. The spaces that I've been designing are spaces for ceremonial work, which can be anything from breath work and yoga to plant medicine work and group therapy. The power and the effect of that work has a very different result if it's in a windowless room versus somewhere that has a deep intention or has a really deep connection to nature, say. That experience, that deepening, is going to be much more profound in a different space. So my exploration in this work is to figure out what that relationship is. About a year and a half ago, finding a partnership with this wonderful woman named Ella Madej to apply for the Burning Man Temple. A project that was an incredible peak experience for all of us. We all charted out into the desert, spent 33 days on playa. It is for everybody a very powerful and sacred experience to be there and to memorialize their loved ones, or to let go of some grief that they have, or to release some memory they have. There are wedding dresses that are up all over the walls. There are notes to loved ones. There's photos of people that they've lost. And it was the most incredible experience to create a space specific to that purpose. I was partnered with a really incredibly strong and inspirational woman who held a space for a very large team in a way that was nurturing, but that connected people to their purpose. And I found myself tapping into that energy as a leader as much as I could, and recognizing that that energy is actually far more productive. Ultimately, it's so much more of a net positive than leading from a place of aggression or timelines or stress. Sometimes we have to act slower and be more intentional and connect everybody that may be on a team to the reason why they're doing what they're doing. And that ultimately that actually results in projects that are better and faster and run smoother and more productive in a traditional sense, because everyone's bringing their best to a project. So for me, that's really front of mind, is to tap way more into feminine energy of leadership and partner with women and empower women. And that kind of leadership, I think, is actually the key to our evolution. I think the highest purpose of this space at KAVANÂ is as an incubator. I think the facilitation and the space itself will create a lot of healing and inspiration, and really is ultimately is an incubator for deeper consciousness work that the people that experience it can then take out to the world. I think that's actually the true power of this. It did take us a while to get to where we ended up, and really ultimately what happened was Andres and Tara, who are running the other property, we hadn't spoken in a while, and it just happened that we had somehow gotten the same download, which was that there was this inspiration of these old ceremonial buildings called Guachimontones in the Tequila Valley, and I had come with this image, this sort of terraced, circular, pyramidal shape, and Andres at the very same time had come with this idea of these guachimontones. And it was just this moment where it was so tuned in that it was undeniable. This was the direction this project was going to go in. There are places of gathering, there are places where the whole town can come together in ceremony, and but then also modernize it. So this balance out of the ancient and the modern. What would a modern reading of this be? What would a modern use of this be for where people are going to be doing yoga and breath work and lectures and all sorts of different modalities, but that this is a place that feels like a special place to do any of those things. A way for us to tap back into love and kindness and make decisions in our personal lives and our professional lives that are aimed at healing and aimed at growth, connecting back to source, connecting back to what is bigger than all of us.